In case you haven't heard, oxygen gas is the number one ingredient in the human body. And there's so many different ways you can get it in besides just breathing. So in this clinic, we have some amazing devices and technology to be able to do it. So I think you're going to love this podcast. It's a new way of administering oxygen to the human body through the skin, through water, through a device. It's called a Bimini. So I think you're going to love this. Stay tuned.
Hello, everyone. It's Cameron. Today I'm here with Dr. Chris Cormier, and we're going to be talking about oxygen. Hello, Dr. Cormier.
Hi, Cameron.
I know this is a topic that is near and dear to your heart. So, being that today's focus is on oxygen, why does it matter more now than ever?
So it's crazy that I feel like we're in 2026 and we're obviously people that should know about our bodies. I mean, you'd think we'd know a thing or two in 2026. When I ask people the most prevalent ingredient in the human body, the most important ingredient in the human body by far, it's not even close, is oxygen gas. And people don't know the answer.
Wow.
But 65% of your makeup should be oxygen gas. And that's why you can do without a lot of things, but you can't do without breathing. The problem is we don't breathe enough and we don't know what we're breathing anymore.
Very true.
Over time, cells in the body start to lose proper oxygenation and they get sick.
Why do you think that oxygen is so overlooked?
I don't know. I really, for the life of me, can't figure it out. It's blatantly obvious that you can do without a lot of things. You cannot do without breathing. Don't try it.
Yeah.
I don't recommend it.
Why do you think more athletes are starting to prioritize oxygen and its optimization?
Results.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they know it helps, right? If you change oxygen in your body, you change your body.
Yeah.
The greatest of anything, because it's the number one ingredient. The presence of oxygen is the lack of sickness, the lack of disease. When things are oxygenated, they're not toxic. I mean, so your body can function at a higher level. It recovers quicker when it gets damaged, just when it's properly oxygenated. So, obviously a lot of people like oxygen devices, but especially athletes, because they want faster recovery. They want to stay up on their game.
You have a lot of different oxygen modalities in your office, including the hyperbaric chambers. What are the real limitations for some people with these hyperbaric chambers?
So first and foremost, there's no real knock on hyperbaric. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good in so many different capacities. So we use hyperbaric for so many different cases. But there are people coming in when you go under pressure, you can't tolerate. Maybe their ears are, or they have fluid in their ears sometimes, or they can't tolerate the pressure with their ears, or maybe they're paralyzed, right? And it's difficult to get them in and out of a chamber that way. So we had to diversify and have other options to be able to get oxygen delivered into people's tissues.
Yes. What is the difference between getting more oxygen and getting better oxygen?
So more oxygen, you can get oxygen toxic if you do too much oxygen. Yes. So and higher quality oxygen obviously means, let's say I just walk outside. There's going to be different. The typical air has 21% oxygen roughly, but you go different places and there's going to be different things in the air.
Yeah.
And maybe that air is not exactly 21%. It's a little less. So you never really know what you're breathing out there, but getting quality oxygen into your system, what I really like to do is give people like dosages of oxygen, or we teach them breathing exercises that they do on their own. But the whole gist is to try to get them to breathe more oxygen into their tissues. So when they come here in our clinic, we have all these different oxygen devices to be able to kind of saturate them while they're here. But let's just say I left somebody in a hyperbaric chamber, for 3 days, they could get too much oxygen, right? So you want to just kind of get the necessary oxygen back to your tissues, and that's what we do.
We're going to talk about another oxygen therapy that you have in your office, the Bimini.
Yep.
How did that help you with people that weren't wanting to use hyperbaric chambers?
Tremendously. So basically, the Bimini is a device that emits nanobubbles of oxygen gas into water that are 2,500 times smaller than the pores of your skin. So literally, those gas bubbles go straight through your skin, get into your nervous system, get into your body, so that your body can start to get oxygen back. So patients really love that device because it's really easy to use, and you don't really have any side effects other than putting your feet and legs in water to be able to use it.
When you talk about getting oxygen into the cells, the most important part of a cell is the mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. So, if oxygen, how does oxygen directly impact the mitochondria and energy production?
It's just fuel, right?
Yeah.
So you got to get fuel to these mitochondria, and when a cell has adequate oxygen, everything works right. I mean, it just is what it is because it's our number one ingredient. So all those pieces work right. When your mitochondria are working right, you get more energy. I mean, you can they're the powerhouse of your cells, so they give you that power. And just because we're so low in oxygen, I always teach people there's nothing currently that will measure cellular oxygen. So you think about it, there's the pulse ox things you have, you've seen those around where it tells you percentage. That's only measuring the blood flowing through your finger. It's not actually measuring each cell in your body, the all the oxygen, right? So in my lifetime, hopefully we invent something that, and I'm saying it's in existence, we will invent something, it's coming, where it'll show you, cells here. It'd be so nice to be able to say, oh yeah, look at these cells here, they're 10%, over here they're 5%, look at the ones in your liver, they're 5%. That would be cool. So in our lifetime, that's coming. But for right now, what we generally understand is that people are low in oxygen. I mean, it's just because we're not breathing enough and we don't know we're breathing anymore.
People being low in oxygen, could that explain fatigue and brain fog and slow recovery for a lot of
Absolutely.
patients?
Yep. Because remember, everything centers on that one ingredient. Everything, because it's the top ingredient. 65% of your elemental composition is oxygen gas.
Do you think that as a whole that we're entering into this shift where oxygen is becoming a daily health focus?
I sure hope so.
Yeah.
I've been saying it for so many years now, and I feel like master of the obvious. Like I don't. When you think of the human body, I mean, the top ingredient's not some pill.
Yeah.
Whether it's a supplement or whether it's like a prescription drug, the top ingredient's not one of those.
Yeah.
The top ingredient is oxygen gas. There's not a scientist in the world that can argue that. But yet people don't talk about it.
Yeah.
They don't want to focus in on it, right? But if you just focus in on that part, just that one part, it's so important. If you just made an effort to breathe more every single day, you're going to feel better. I mean, it just is what it is. It's just pure science.
You talk a lot about the pillars of health. Could you go over those pillars for us
Sure.
in order?
I've been so blessed for many years, thousands and thousands of patients, and we've just tried to figure out the secret recipe. Like, for instance, you got this amazing God-given machine that has the full capacity to heal itself. It's got this self-healing capacity, and self-healing is the greatest gift we've ever been given. People don't even know what that is
Yep.
a lot of times, but it's like when you get a cut, it should heal. It shouldn't be a big old scar, right? It should be nothing. I don't even see a scar. Where did it go? That's when the body's healing properly. And so all the cells in your body have this God-given ability to self-heal. When they stop self-healing, it's because they've lost some of the primary ingredients. So primary ingredients, I call the first three are OWL, O-W-L. So oxygen gas is number one, water's number two, light energy is number three. And the light energy means like your brain's connection to cells. That's everything's fiber optic. So your brain has to be wired as one power company to trillions of cells throughout your body. It's crazy to think about.
Yes.
So that's light energy. And then there's also frequency, and then there's magnetism, and then there's nutrients that go along with it. So they're pillars that we call in the body, and the nutrients don't come first.
Yeah.
It's oxygen that comes first.
Yeah. So if somebody improves their oxygen, do you think that would impact the other 5 pillars that we have?
100%. Yeah, it's the number one thing for a reason, right? When you make a gumbo, like we're in Cajun land here. When you make a gumbo, everybody knows to use roux. I mean, what if you used something else other than roux? It wouldn't be a gumbo, right?
I wouldn't eat it.
But that's the gist of this.
Yeah.
It starts with the human body has this one massive ingredient, and people just need to be aware of it. Right? Just be aware, understand that it's that important for your overall health.
What would you say to someone today to start paying attention to for their health?
Start breathing more.
Yeah.
Yeah, breathing more. Just even small breathing exercises. We have this. We have our clinic, Nerve Health Institute. That wasn't good enough for me, so we started Bodychargers. And Bodychargers is our online platform for helping people at home. We have a 28-day cell sparking challenge. And in that 28-day cell sparking challenge, it's all about teaching people little things that they can do on a day-to-day basis, changing their daily habits to better themselves. Yeah. And so many of those little things are just little breathing exercises where we're teaching people how to breathe again. I mean, can you imagine? We're in
Yeah.
2026. We're teaching people that they should breathe more, right?
Yes.
It's just,
Yes.
it is what it is. If you want to feel better, get that number one ingredient and do it. If you just do 5 breaths, big breaths in and out, if you do that, it's going to change your oxygen in your body. I mean, just little things go so far.
Yes. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Cormier. That does conclude our talk today about oxygen. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Cameron. If this podcast spoke to you, or if you feel like you have family members or friends that have these types of conditions that could benefit from this particular technology, then all you need to do is become a Body Chargers member or tell them about Body Chargers. Remember, it's our community that I created to help people at home with the best technologies in the world to be able to help you to self-heal your body at home and maximize your self-healing. So go to Body Chargers, become a member. That's the easiest way to get this done. And we look forward to serving you and your family. Also, if you want a higher level of care, we have the Nerve Health Institute you can always come to. That's our clinic where we have higher level services here to be able to help you. So I hope you enjoy, and we look forward to serving you and your family, and look forward to our next podcast.